Hey everybody, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage, and today I am soaking wet from the rain.
It is downpouring. So if you hear it in the background, it's kind of calmed down right now, but just a little bit ago, it was downpouring where you couldn't hear anything here in the shop.
We've had pretty good storms all night since about midnight last night, and they just keep rolling through. So the yard's loving it. We're not so much because we're in a metal building, but bear with us. Today we are at the end of a 1 year long experiment that we started, well, a little over a year ago. So we decided we were going to start listing we didn't. We decided we were going to start listing $500 a day to eBay rather than list 2 or 3 products or 5 products or 10 products. We decided to do a dollar amount, $500 a day, 365 days a year for an entire year.
Yep.
And we are finished with that project. We now have the results.
We're going to tell you all about it coming up.
We're going to tell you what happened. So stick with us. But as usual...
And lastly, you got to stay till the end of the video because we're going to talk about something new that we're going to do too.
That too. But as usual, we do have some products that sold over the weekend. We need to get these packed up and out of here, even though it is kind of a monsoon out there today. So what's the first thing that sold?
We sold a 2011 Ever After High doll. It's Getting Ferris series Raven Queen. It's her doll and her shelf.
All right, so that's her purple doll.
No, she's got purple hair.
Well, she's got purple clothes. She's got purple shoes. She got purple nightstand. She's just very dark in general.
It's Ever After High, so it's like ever after.
After forever?
Yes.
What is that?
It's like I don't know. It's like a version of
You're just making crap
Monster
up.
High, but Ever After.
What'd she sell for?
She sold for $19.99.
And she's forever gone.
She is. Now the rest of her sisters need to be gone too because I have 2 more of them.
All right. What's sold next?
The next one boggled my mind, but I figured I'd try and list it and see how it went because we've listed other ones. But this is Victoria's Secret Blush Fragrance Mist Body Spray, and it is only 25% full.
Look how empty that is, guys. Like somebody's buying this and it's like completely empty. I would have thrown this in the garbage, but we did buy it at a garage sale for very little.
I think I did. I think I had 75 cents in it.
And that sold for how much?
$19.99 free shipping.
That's crazy.
It'll cost me about $5 to ship it.
Somebody really likes Vicky's blush smell.
It's so weird.
All right, guys, welcome back to another sticker door feature. We're going to look at a sticker on the door and feature it. That's what we're going to do.
We need to come with an official name for our sticker door thing.
Yeah, we need a better name because this doesn't roll off the tongue. It kind of trips out the door and falls off the porch.
Because you say it.
So we need to go take a field trip.
Field trip!
Yep.
I got my handy dandy picker.
Butt scratcher?
No.
Nose picker?
Are we ready?
We're ready. Pick a sticker.
Choopy, 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 choop.
Choopy choopy?
Yep.
Who do we got?
Lilacsilla. Meg.
We have Meg.
So Meg has a YouTube channel, but she really doesn't have a YouTube channel. A lot of the videos that are on Meg's channel are product testing videos to show they work.
Yep. But she does send out some amazing coffee, which I am now addicted to.
Yes, you are.
We have to keep buying it.
We order it once.
It's Door County coffee.
Once a month or once every 2 months. I can't remember. Door County. Yep, Door County coffee.
They have a lot of different flavors, so go check them out. But first, go stop over at Lilac Cellar. Her name is Meg, and I'm not sure what her last video is because she doesn't really do videos that much, but whatever it is, everybody go over there, go to her last video, and comment on it that Grams and Pop sent you. Yep.
And if you want to know more about books, she's a book knower.
Meg is the book knower?
She's a book knower. She knows about books.
she's very book knowing. All right, guys, go check out Meg. Tell her we sent her.
Hasta la
Tell her
vista.
we sent you.
Tell her we sent you to her.
Just tell Meg hi. All right, so $500 a day. Why did we even do this in the first place? Why did we list $500 a day? Or what was the idea behind it?
The idea behind $500 a day is we wanted to list what we wanted to make.
Yep. So we wanted to base our goals and what we were doing on eBay on what we wanted out of eBay. We didn't necessarily want to sell 10 items a day or list 10 items a day because we could be listing items worth $10 or $200. So we knew roughly what we wanted to make was about $500 a day in sales is
Yep.
kind of what we set as our goal.
Yep, and we've averaged it out, and it's about 50% take home.
Yep.
Well, 50% after fees, shipping,
Promotions, all that stuff.
cost of goods sold.
So
all of
basically,
that.
on average, our 90-day total, if it's $1,000, then our take home is $500.
Yep.
So we roughly average about 50% of our gross is what we take home for net. $500 is where we decided we wanted to average out $500 a day for our income.
Yep.
As far as gross, and then we would take home about $250 of that. So that's where that came from. It came from a monetary goal. We also figured that if we were going to make $500 a day in sales, the only way we could do that consistently was to list at least that much.
Yep.
So that's what we did, $500 a day.
Yep, and it varies day by day on what you list, because you could list one item that day, which typically I don't.
We try to list at least $500 a day. If it's just one item, we'll try to list some more. But
Yep, a few smaller ones or whatever.
uh-oh, what do we sell?
Lady and the Tramp spinning table.
All right, we sold a spinning table for Lady and the Tramp. I don't know what that means.
It's a little cake decoration top piece, I think.
So the $500 a day average was all based on our income goals, what we wanted to do, what we wanted to see if eBay would do. If we fed it X amount, would it send back X amount?
Yep.
Now, we do have $80 days.
Yep.
And we do have $1,800
Yep.
days, $1,000 days. But we're looking for an average. We try to look at their averages at no shorter than 90 days.
Yep.
So you will have a bad week, a bad month, a bad day. You might even have 2 bad months, but then follow it up with a phenomenal month. So we're looking at a 90-day average for our numbers so that we don't get skews. Because if you look at eBay on a day-to-day or
it's
even a
roller
week-to-week,
coaster.
yeah, you will go into a fit of depression because it is all over the place.
It is lately.
But it does average out well over a 90-day period. So that was the theory behind the test. We did it for an entire year. So we took from March 31st of 2023 to March 31st of 2024.
March or May?
May. And that's, well, March doesn't have a 31st, does it?
Yes, it does.
Does it?
Yes, it
Could have been
does.
either. But no, it was May. And that's what this video, the numbers are.
Yep.
That's what the numbers are. It's from May to May. So, all right, let's look at a few more items that sold.
We sold some forks. We sold some Oneida Omni heirloom satin stainless dinner forks. This is one of the 2 sets that we have sold the crap out of lately.
Yeah, these are the ones that we keep showing that are basically, they're just plain. There's nothing
generic.
on them. But they have a bit of a dish in the fork, almost like a spork.
I forgot you called those that.
Yep. So that's those. And I'm going to put them down because they're noisy.
Yep, so those ones sold for $47 even, so I must have taken an offer on it, plus shipping.
And apparently I'm going to pick up something even noisier.
You did. So these, we didn't know what they were when we grabbed them. I tried to Google them, but they were just so unique.
They almost look like little green army men, but they
Yep.
don't have bases, and they have all different kinds of stuff in here.
Yep, and there's 2 different colors. So these are actually Jack Specific Slug S.L.U.G.
Wonder what that stands for.
It said it somewhere, but zombie minifigures. They're all from series 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Christmas series. There's 45 of them in there.
So that's what those are. They're slugs.
Yep, we paid $5 for the whole little box, and we sold them for $49.99.
There you go. So you don't have to know what you're selling to sell it. All right, so from May 31st, 2023 to May 31st, 2024, which is just a few weeks ago, we came out with what for gross sales?
So our gross sales before anything was 162,000. Sorry, I got lean because my camera's in front of my number that I'm reading. $162,205.
So not bad. That didn't quite hit our goal, but it came close. That gave us an average of $444, a little over that. $444 a day in sales is what we averaged by listing $500 a day. So we came very close. We
did.
What, $56 off?
$56
per day?
off.
Which is, I mean, that's a substantial amount over a year, but 444, we're pretty close.
Yes.
So we might have to tweak that a little bit, or we could improve that just by buying a little better items.
Yep.
I'm
Which
not
we have
saying-
been lately.
Yeah, from May of last year, we were still buying some stuff that wasn't that great.
Yes.
So I think just buying better items would probably put us over I mean, I think we could do better.
I think we have been lately, so.
Yeah. So I would say that theory kind of panned out. If we list 500 a day, we could sell 500 a day. I think that panned out pretty well over the course of a year-long test.
And it's not like our average sale price was horrible. I mean, it was $37 per sale.
Yeah, on average.
A little context, we sell Barbies and Littlest Pet Shop as well, which are, range anywhere from $4 to $10 a piece.
Yeah, we sell a little bit of everything.
So,
I mean, the more we go, the more higher dollar items we pick and sell. We sell less of the lower dollar items, unless we can get a giant bulk lot where we know over the course of selling that bulk lot, we're going to make several $100s or something. So that would be a little different. But all in all, I think the test went well, and it went kind of how we thought it might.
Yep.
So knowing that, I think that gives us enough knowledge that basically eBay gives you back what you put in as long as you're not putting in garbage. Yep. Well, even in that case, if you put in garbage, you get back garbage. So I think eBay is just basically a big vending machine. You put in 50 cents, it gives you 50 cents worth of product back. In this case, you're just putting the product in and taking your 50 cents back.
Yep.
And it seems to come out value to value about how we thought it would. Mm-hmm. So that's good news. That means we know exactly what we need to feed it in order to make what we need to make for a living.
And after we talk about 2 more products, we're going to tell you what our thoughts are going forward.
All right. And like we said, the 444 per day, we roughly averaged out, and we did check, we verified it. We are right at about the 50% mark after cost of goods and fees and promotions and all that other stuff. The 444 per day is, we make about $222 a day in net. Mm-hmm. So that's about, it all came out about where we thought it would. So
that's a pretty good, well, not for, I don't know.
It's not great for 2 people. It's not a fantastic income, but it proved out our theory. Now we know, we know what the rules of the game are. We know what we have to put in to get out what we want out of it. So this, to me, it took a year, and it was a lot of dedication and work, more on her part than mine, because she does a lot more listing than I do. But it took a lot, and I think it gave us really good information. I think that whole list 10 items a day, and eBay just wants you to list. I think that kind of just throws that all out the window. eBay wants you to list what you want out of it. They don't care. They're going to sell whatever you list as long as you're listing good items. Mm-hmm. So if you want to make a living on eBay, the 10 items a day listing, 5 items a day listing, it's not a good metric to run your business on. It's a horrible metric to run your business on because you don't know what those items are. The items, if you're only listing 10 items a day, you could list 10 Littlest Pet Shop in a day and come up with a total of $50. It's not sustainable if you want to be pulling out $500 a day in sales. So,
correct.
All right, let's look at what's sold next.
Speaking of Littlest Pet Shops, we sold a Littlest Pet Shop. We sold an authentic Littlest Pet Shop LPS Tasty Treats Shop Raccoon. That doesn't...
Oh, it looks like a kitten, but...
Let me see him.
It's got like a striped tail like a raccoon.
It's a raccoon.
That is the craziest looking raccoon. It's a peach raccoon.
Mm-hmm. Raccoon.
All right, so what did he sell for?
$4.99.
So,
but he was bought in bulk, and so we didn't have much in any of those.
Oh God, we're
Shop.
so far hundreds and hundreds of dollars in the profit on Littlest Pet Shop. So every one of these that sell is money, and they're not free shipping. It's like $4 plus another $4 in shipping. So
yep, and they go in a 4x4 box and 5x5 box, whatever. So ironically, this next item.
If you guys are a channel OG and you've been around a while, you've seen these before.
Yes. So I went to a garage sale one day. Well, we went garage sailing. Corey decided he didn't want to go to a garage sale because they had a lot of kids' clothes.
It was towards the end of the day and my feet were tired.
And so I went up there and these drew my eye like instantly. So these are Panini sticker books with stickers.
We have bought these before. Last year we bought these at a garage sale and we got a bunch of different ones. And we just talked about these in another video where we sold the basketball one.
Yep, we had two of the basketball ones left.
But these ones were selling at really good prices, and we sold out of them fairly quickly. And the odds of finding them again, new in pack like this,
was really low.
It was a crazy coincidence.
But I bargained with the lady. I tried to bargain with the lady, but she said they weren't, that story of they're not mine, so I can't bargain. But there were 30 of them in there, I think, plus some color books that are made by Panini as well. And
So
then some of them were only sticker packs. They didn't have the albums. They were just sticker packs. But I think I spent, it was either $15 or $17
on all 30. Yep.
Yep.
So what'd that guy sell for?
He sold for $44.99 plus shipping.
Yep. So and they sell pretty quick too.
Yep.
So that takes the $4 Littlest Pet Shop and takes all the sting out of it right there, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So and we do sell a lot of these international, it seems like.
Yep, and we did get most of them that we got in that lot that I bought were all, some of them we had last time. So we had Cars, we had Monsters Inc., and we had basketball. The ones that I got this time that we didn't have was, what did I say? I think it's soccer, international soccer.
We did get some soccer ones, yeah.
And then I have some football stickers only from NFL.
Yep.
So.
All right, so we made it through the whole first year. Well, we made it through a whole year of doing the $500 a day, which was not as easy as it sounds. Like, that's a lot of dedication to do that, like we said. But we did make it a little easier by using the drafts.
Yep.
We loaded up the drafts as much as we can. So when we did list, we listed as much as we could.
Yep.
We kept the draft bank full and we released them to where we were releasing $500 a day. And then we would just fill the draft bank as we could.
Correct.
But now that we know that worked, and I feel it was pretty successful.
It was. It was a lot of work, though.
Where does that leave us? Now that we know this, where do we go from here?
So we know it works, but since we're in the middle of a year, we don't want to mess. I don't know. We could mess with our numbers and start listing more. But I think we just have to figure out, do we want to increase it just a little bit at a time? Because I don't think going 500 to 1,000 is something that I am up for doing right now.
I think it's a good way to set us up. I think we would be setting ourselves up for failure if we tried to jump too high, too fast. I think our next step is to figure out where our limits are. Mm-hmm. I think if we're going to jump this up, we know that we're not at the income we want to be at with eBay, but we're getting closer. So I think our ideal would probably be to get to 1,000 though. That would
Down
probably
the road,
be,
yes.
That's probably where we want to be.
Yes.
But to get there, I don't think we could just jump there. We can't just go to the finish line and say, yay, we made it. So I think we're going to have to figure out where our limits are and figure out what we could do to change those. Mm-hmm. And I think that just starts by bringing it up a notch at a time and see what happens. Maybe we bump it to $600 a day listings for a couple of months.
Yep, and then
and
jump up to
goes.
7. And whoops, I didn't mean to smack my hands. I meant to do this.
It's very authoritative. Go to 7.
So yeah, I think starting January, I think we'll have to look at going, jump up $600 a day for, 2 or 3 months, and then jump to $700 a day for 2 or 3 months.
$500 a day takes a lot of discipline, but I think $1,000 a day would be a whole lot more discipline. And I don't think discipline alone would get you there. I think we would have to have a schedule.
We would have to have a schedule.
I think we would have to make this more of a, we would have to treat it like a job. More so than we do. We do treat this like a job, but I think you would have to treat it more so as you need to punch in for work now. Mm-hmm. Like we can't go just play when we want to go play as much. You still can. You still control that.
Because you could list enough in a couple days to cover your days that you want to take off.
I think we would actually have to say we're going to set an alarm, get up at 8 a.m. for 2 days this week, and we're going to list for 8 hours straight, both of us, to fill that draft bank. I think that's the only way you maintain 1,000.
Yeah, I'm not an 8 o'clock person anymore.
Look, it doesn't have to be at 8 o'clock. We could say we're going to come out here at 10 and worked until 10 or 10 to 6.
Oh, 10 to 7 because you have to have a 1 hour lunch break.
We could pack a sack lunch.
We're back a sack lunch to
from the house
400
to here.
feet.
But don't you think we would have to have some kind of a schedule in addition to the discipline in order to get to 1,000?
We would. And I think we would really have to look at making some additional contacts for, estate sale buyouts. So on an update.
Buying has never been the issue, but I think we don't buy a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Like we could buy storage units all year long that we just don't buy because we don't have time or space and we probably do have time and space. During the whole winter time, we could be buying a storage unit a month if we were good at processing them. Mm-hmm.
Which the last storage unit we were really good about processing, I think.
I think we were horrible at it. We had furniture for 6 months. We still have furniture out there.
I only have 2 pieces of furniture from out there now.
Yeah, but it's a bed and a 5-piece table set that takes up half a shop.
4-piece. 4-piece.
Like, we have to get better at processing those out. They have to
Yep.
leave, even if they leave for $10.
Yep, I might have to drop the price on my bed.
Yep. And if we got better at that, then I don't think inventory would ever be the issue. I really think inventory intake would be the least of our problems.
Yep.
I think we might even get to a point where we would have to really analyze the financially bringing someone on, even just part-time, and bringing someone on and seeing if the numbers work that way in order to get there and maintain that, or go beyond that. We would almost, I don't think you'd have to bring someone on to get to 1,000, but I think if you ever wanted to scale beyond that,
Yep.
you'd almost have to.
Yep.
So
And we would probably have to go set up the other shop as an inventory warehouse and figure out heating and cooling for it.
yep, I think we would.
Insulation.
Yep, I really do. I think we would. So that's probably where we're at right now. So
Ooh, I could have my own little desk area to be the big boss lady and sit up on the deck part up there and oversee
sit on the
everybody.
balcony and just look down on people.
Yep. Look at everybody. Get to work.
You just need a whip that'll reach down there.
No, that's mean. I just yell. I have a voice. I know how to yell.
So I think that's where we go from here. I think our goal is to get to 1,000.
Yep.
I think it will take us a year or more to get there.
Yep.
So I think we're going to bump it up pretty soon. We'll probably, the start of next month, we'll probably make July our first month of doing 600 and just see if we can maintain it.
We will see.
And then we'll keep tweaking. So that's tweaking the process.
Say that.
Not like meth head tweaking.
Sorry. When you said we'll keep tweaking, I'm like, no,
Different.
we won't.
Different kind of tweaking.
We'll keep modifying.
We'll keep modifying it until we get it to where we want it.
Please say modify. Don't say tweaking.
All right. What's sold next? Tweaker.
Now I lost my spot on my thing. Okay, and the next item we sold was kind of cool. I picked it up at an estate sale on their 50% off day, so I still did pay up for it.
Tatkua.
Tatcha.
Tatcha.
It is Tatcha the Essence Plumping Skin Softener.
Plumping?
That's what it says.
Does that make you fatter?
I don't know.
Makes you
Maybe
puffy?
it plumps your skin if you're. I don't know what it does. I don't
need
do
any
makeup.
Skin plumping.
But that was part of a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's a 4-piece set. I've already sold one for 50 something. And so this is my second one that I just sold for $54.99. And like I said, I paid $27 for it.
And we're
so
at over 100 in sales out of it
Yep,
already.
yep.
So very cool.
Okay, we're going to talk silverware again.
More of these.
There are 4 in there, right?
Yeah, there's 4. Same pattern, which is to say no pattern.
Ooh, that's a repeat buyer. I wonder if they bought both the forks and the spoons.
Maybe.
Nope, they didn't.
No?
It's a different person. So these are the Oneida Omni Heirloom Satin Series stainless teaspoons, and they're a set of 4, and they sold for $54.99 plus shipping. That was full asking price.
I just had an epiphany.
Oh God.
For my whole life, I get crap for eating with the big mouth spoons. What some people would call
I call them big mouth spoons.
what some people would call tablespoons.
Those are actually called soup spoons. They're not tablespoons.
No, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about tablespoons, the big spoons. Soup spoons are round. Listen,
I have learned about silverware. They have oval
you have
soup
learned
spoons.
incorrectly. A soup spoon, no matter where you order soup, comes as a round spoon.
Should I get them and show you what the difference is?
I don't care what you call them. I'm telling you what they are. A tablespoon is a bigger, it's a teaspoon, but it's bigger. It's actually 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon, measurement-wise. And shape-wise, they're the same, they're just larger. Okay? Somebody back me up here. This is the thing. A soup spoon is a round spoon.
No, they have oval soup spoons. They're called.
Just because they have them don't mean that's the rule.
No, they're called oval soup place spoons.
Well, good for them. That's not what
They're the
all.
next size up. Teaspoons are the bigger ones that you use to help serve.
No, those are serving spoons. Listen, here's the epiphany I had. Teaspoons used for tea. You know why? Because they're small for a scoop of sugar. You stir it in. These are for tea. These are not for eating. Tablespoons used for eating because they're the ones you use at the table. So you can no longer give me crap about tablespoons because they were made for the table. Right? Back me up, guys.
Nope,
Right?
he is wrong.
Nope. I'm
Who
correct.
lists silverware all the
Listen,
time? Listen, Linda, Linda.
She doesn't like being wrong, and it
not
upsets her a little bit. So when you tell her she's wrong in the comments, do it kindly. But she is so wrong on this.
Okay, I'll let it go for now, but you're not right. You're wrong, just so you know. Okay.
All right, what's next?
Ooh, what's next? We're going to talk about our next adventure.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go do something. We're gonna go handle our inventory intake. We hope. That's our plan for this coming week.
Weekend.
For this weekend. It starts Friday.
Yep, it does. So somebody alerted us to, a lot of places have like the 127 sale, which is all the way down 127 highway.
It's a highway sale in South Dakota.
Yep, we are. We are going on a highway sale.
We didn't even know they
thought
had one.
interstate, but it is highway once I looked at all the towns. So we are going on what they call the scavenger's journey across South Dakota.
It's over 100 miles long.
It hits 20 cities.
Cities, they're towns.
20
they're
towns.
like villages.
20
There's like a lot of them that are like 600 population there.
That's a city here in South Dakota.
Well,
When they hit 100 and 300, that's a town. Metropolises are like the big ones, like Sioux Falls.
Metropolis. That's
Rapid
where
City.
you get your own Batman.
It's not. Is that Metropolis?
I don't know. It is now. I'm just saying, if you get that big, you get your own Batman.
So we are going on what they call the scavenger journey. It starts in Stickney, South Dakota, and takes some detours down south
All the way to like Wall,
all the way to Wall.
the city of Wall.
The city of Wall.
Well, that's where Wall Drug is, isn't it?
yes.
So Wall
Ooh.
Drug.
But I thought they were mostly.
They still have 5-cent coffee there.
They do. We found that out like
Tastes
5
like
years
mud
ago.
water, but they got it.
So I thought when I looked at it initially, most of them were along the interstate.
They're off.
There are like 5 or 6 of them that are off down south
Like
of the interstate.
Platte would be one.
Platte,
That's
Lake
like-
Andes.
Isn't Platte like 20 miles off the interstate? Like you have to
Probably.
jet down a little.
Yeah.
So we haven't planned our route yet, but we are planning on attending if we can arrange
Dog care.
dog care, basically, because we would be gone for 2, maybe better part of 3 days to do it, because it's over 100 miles.
Yep.
And there's almost, how many garage sales?
When I calculated it up, and I tried to take out the things that were just selling like food, because there were some sellers on the list that are selling like homemade baked goods. There's 151 sales between those 20 towns.
And it's really spread out over that distance. So
And I did take out like the antique stores and the stuff like that too, that are part of this, that
Yep.
are doing sales as well during this scavenger's journey.
So at a minimum, we'd be looking at over 100 sales
Yep.
in over 100 miles. So it would take us a little bit of time to coordinate it and get through them all, because you'll stop in a place like Plankington and then
That has 13 sales.
that has like 13 sales, and then you got to get back on the interstate and drive another 15, 20 miles to get down to like White Lake.
Yep.
Or actually, that's only like 10 or 12 miles
I think
on the
yep.
interstate. And then it's like that. You just hop town to town. So you got a lot of driving time.
But it's not interstate. You can go from
Well, some of it's interstate, some of it's not.
yeah.
Yeah, you could hop on the interstate, but you don't have to. You can hop on one of the highways that goes between the towns.
Yep, Old 16.
That's our plan. We're going to go to our very first highway sale since we've been reselling. We've never been to one.
Yep. Once we do this one, we'll see how it goes, because I think it's the end of September or beginning of October, they do one in Nebraska.
Yep.
And we have some friends in Nebraska, and maybe we will do the journey with them.
One of the things we've always had in our mind about highway sales is they're not worth it, because we can source here during our citywides and our community wides, and we can do it all in one area. We could save the gas. We don't have to travel. There's no hotels. Like, we could do it all locally, and we're still going to fill the car every time.
Yep.
So the highway sales we've always just kind of avoided, but we didn't know there was one right here. So we're going to try it. This is very low risk and potentially very high reward, depending on how it goes, because a lot of these towns are, like I said, 600-700 people, and some smaller than that. There's not a lot of big resellers probably hopping to this highway sale.
No, I don't
It's
know.
not like the 127 where you have thousands of sales.
Yeah, and I wonder if this scavenger's journey. So background on it. It started out. I don't know how. I think this is their 20th year doing it.
Yeah,
if I
I've
remember
never even
correct.
heard of it.
And they started out with just 4 towns,
Yep. So they
and
just
so
keep
now
adding.
they've grown and they add it. And on the map, they give you a whole map, and they have a deadline on when you have to file your garage sale with them to get it in the book.
Yep.
But then they have an addendum for people who late
Who
file.
sent us that? Somebody sent us that after mentioning it, which is the first time we'd ever heard of it. They actually sent us the brochure and the maps, and they sent us the addendum with the updated garage sales on it.
Brian from Kohl's Antique and Collectibles.
There you go. So Brian from Kohl's Antiques and Collectibles, thank you very much for sending that over. That was really cool of you to do.
Yep.
This will be our first year ever, so we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see if highway
Maybe
sales
we'll
are worth
run
it.
into Brian along the way.
We might. So if any of you guys are at this highway sale, any of you guys that are more local to us, give us a shout out. Maybe we'll be in the same town for lunch. We could meet you there. So,
We could.
All right. We do have a few more items to get out of here so that we can get packed up because we do have to take packages out in the rain today. So what's next?
We do. We sold a model that came out of our storage unit. We sold a Dragon 135th. I'm not even going to go into it. It's a Nashorn tank model kit.
Yep. It's going to be hard to see through the saran wrap here, but I didn't want any parts coming out. It is, yeah, she said it. It's a Dragon tank, and it's a model kit, and it's pretty complete, isn't it?
It's a Nashorn tank. It is complete.
Yep.
And most of the pieces that are in it are still in the original packaging.
Yeah, they haven't even been snapped out of the little frames they come in. So.
Yep.
All right. So what does one of those sell for?
It sold for $22 plus shipping.
This came out of the storage unit that we paid $20 for the whole unit. So this just paid for that whole storage unit.
That's the fourth one I've sold.
Oh yeah, we paid that off a long time ago. But
Yes.
I'm just saying this is as much as we paid for the whole unit.
Yep. And last but not least,
Last but not least is something I'm kind of sad to see go because it's a really cool item that I have never seen before.
and we have had it. I don't even know when we listed that, but it was out there, and it is.
That's a storage unit
CD
item
in there
too,
isn't there?
Yeah, it's a Resident Evil press kit.
It is the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil Extinction 2007 95 page press kit with CD-ROM.
Yep. So it's got
I don't know
all
what
kinds
that
of.
means.
It's a press kit for Resident Evil, and it's really cool. It's basically just a run through of Resident Evil Extinction, and it's got a bunch of different scenes and information about the shooting of it and everything else. And it has a CD in the back of it. Like I had never seen one of these before. I don't know if this just came with like a CD pack when you bought a movie pack or
somebody
something.
that went to the release of Resident Evil Extinction got it. I don't know where it came from.
No idea. But it was really cool. So it's kind of cool to have on the shelf for a while. And now it's going to a good home.
Careful not to knock that CD off.
And what did that sell for?
$49.95 plus shipping.
There you go. All right. So I think that's it, right?
That is it.
What's the moral of the story today? We got to have a moral for the story, right? What did we learn, kids?
List what you want. Put in what you want to get out of it.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And always
You get
try
what-
new adventures.
You get out what you put in and be willing to tweak it.
And like I said, be willing to go on new adventures.
Yeah, always be learning and trying new things. That's for sure. Because you don't know what works until you try new things. But I think that was a good video today, right?
Yes, but can we stop talking about tweaking?
We can. We'll do that right now. We'll see you guys next time.
Hasta la vista, baby. I can't believe you said that.